Hey guys, I actually found a interesting video. I guess it will be interesting. I'm not 100% sure, but looks promising, not gonna lie. Look at it. Purpose maxing. 50 fastest ways to find your own purpose in life. Dream job K. Iki Gay maxing guide. Team 3D Alpha. Enjoy boys. Free testosterone boosting ebook. I don't think. I mean, there are not many steps to boost testosterone, but maybe it's maybe it has a value. Value. Oh, all right. Danish crowns, US dollars. Hey, hey, man. Let's see it. I can see Elon Musk, for example, are here. Typical gamer. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Let's just see
Hey
it.
guys, what's going on? Megan here. How to find your ikigai, how to find your purpose, your mission, your dream job, your dream career. This is probably
Looks
the most
like
important
it.
video you'll ever watch as a man. So please make sure you have no distractions. Make sure you dial the fuck in because this is gonna change everything. So for those of you guys who don't know, your ikigai is just a combination of the thing that, based on the original model, because I have an updated version, but the original model that the Japanese came out with was is something that you enjoy, something that you're good at, something you could get paid for, and something that obviously the world would benefit from, right? I have an updated
Oh,
version
it's
because
the
that the
Ikigai.
original one didn't really apply to me. I struggled with finding my purpose when I was younger. It was something that took me years to understand. And if you're a man, you probably have the same issue, right? It's very, very hard to figure out your purpose,
Mm,
especially when you're battling with depression,
indeed.
like I did, and you have ADHD and you have a lot
Uh,
of interests. It's so hard to find that one.
Now, I don't know why he's mentioning, depression, ADHD. Come on now, it's getting a little weird, not gonna lie. I'm expecting, Alpha to be speaking to me, and then now we're talking depression. But hey, let's see it.
Path, right? That one career. So that's what this video is for, right?
But
If
it's
you fit
true, I
into
don't
that
know.
description,
I just don't know
if you
why he's
struggle with
mentioning this
ADHD
stuff.
or too many interests, too many passions, depression, blah blah blah,
Hmm.
this is the perfect video for you, right? This is life changing, and I wish I had that when I was a teenager, right? So most of the questions I get is, Megan, how do I find my ikigai? Right? We know it's important. It's important for everything. It's important for everything you're gonna do in life. It's gonna dictate your friends. It's gonna decide your job. It's gonna decide, where you live. It's gonna decide everything, right? So one of the most important things you could do is find this out. Once you find your ikigai, you're gonna be miles ahead of the competition.
All right,
You
let's
know.
get it.
So
Let's
the
actually
question I
get.
get the most is, how do I find it? Right? Normally, it should take you less than a week, right? Usually 3 days. Some people find it in an hour, as long as you ask yourself the right questions. So here I'm gonna rank 50 different questions or factors that you can use to help figure out what your ikigai is. All right, let's get started. Right, so let's start with the most common thing. Oh, find what makes you happy. Right? Nah, this ain't it. Right? This is not it. This is not it. Right?
Hmm.
Happiness is a fleeting thing. Things that make you happen
Fair,
today will
fair.
probably not make you happen in a year from now. As you increase in income level, as you meet people, your happiness, the things that make you happy will change. Right? So trying to use what makes you happy to pick your ikigai is a waste of time. Right? Because you're gonna end up finding a path, thinking, yeah, this is it for me, and then a year or 2, 3 years later, you realize, oh my goodness, I'm actually miserable doing this, right? But now sunk cost fallacy is gonna kick in, and you're gonna be like, well, I'm already too deep, so let me keep going. Wrong, right? We're all gonna die one day. You want to make sure that you pick the right path. So no, do not pick what
Yes.
makes you happy.
Nice.
Next, let's see what women want, right? Obviously, come on, man, this ain't it, right? Do not pick your ikigai based on what's gonna attract females, right? No, attracting women should be a byproduct of you finding your actual
Yeah.
ikigai, right? So don't put the cart
True.
before the horse.
True. Nice.
Next, we
Well
have
said.
your parents, right?
Oh hell
Hell
no.
no, right? I'm gonna put this at what the fuck. That's one of the worst things you could do is pick your
Yeah.
ikigai, your dream
Oh my
career,
god.
your mission in life based on what your parents want.
Yeah, you
Guys, a
guys
lot
can
of times
see
you understand, and I know
this
not
guy.
all your parents want the best for you, right?
Yeah.
A lot of times they want you to pick a path that's gonna
I feel like mostly parents just want to try to guide you, tell you what they think is best for you, or they are trying to tell you or suggest you what would be good for them. They are, you know, mostly they are wrong, or they are thinking, or if I was your age, I would do this, so do this.
make them feel
Hell
better. That's
no,
gonna make
hell
them
no.
have status with their peers or
Yeah,
whatever. Oh, look, my son is a PhD. My son is a doctor. My son is a lawyer. My daughter is this. A lot of times they don't care about what actually is fulfilling for you. Right now, I'm not saying that's all parents. There's some great parents out there who will push you in any direction you want to go in. Right? Kudos
sorry.
to you if you have that. But most of the time, especially if you come from a very, 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 you know, cultural background, no, they're gonna push you in directions
Culture.
that even if they know you hate it, right? They're gonna push you there just because they want to look better, they want to feel better, whatever, right? Trust me, I've spoken with so many men who had Indian parents, African parents,
Oh yeah, the
fucking, I mean, even white
Asians
parents, right? It's
usually
not
and
just unique to
Indians.
race, but they will
Yeah,
push their kids into things that the kids hate, absolutely hate, right? But they want the kid to do it just so that they could say, "Look, my kid is an engineer."
yeah, yeah. True.
Fuck you. I hate those people. But yeah,
Yeah.
so do not pick that as a criteria for
W.
picking what's right for you. Now, if you're young, right? If you like freaking a dumbass, then yeah, obviously your parents would know better, but you wouldn't be watching this video either. Next, let's see. Based on your core values, right? Using your core values to pick. It depends, right? It depends on what your core values are, obviously, right? So it depends. Next, using your IQ. No, actually, the Gardner Intelligence Test, right? So if you don't know, look it up. The 8 to 9 Gardner Intelligences. Now we talking. This
I
is
don't
something
know
that's gonna
it.
help you find what your Ikigai is. Find out which other Gardner Intelligences you dominant in, and that's definitely gonna narrow things down for you. Next, picking things based on picking careers or jobs or Ikigai based on how easy it is. That's not really helpful, right? It's not
Mm,
really helpful. You should not use that as
it
a
should
criteria.
not be very helpful.
Next, we have role model, right? Picking something
I
because your
mean,
role
not
model
very easy,
does
sorry.
it and you want to do it too. Nah, bro, this ain't it, right? Because you might not have the same qualifications, you might not have the same genetic strengths, you might not have the same demons as that person. And yes, those things are important in deciding if you're going to be successful in the field. So, no. Next, we have your fears, right? Now we're talking. Believe it or not, fear is a very powerful emotion, right? It's a very good driver of success. So using your fears to narrow down, it depends on how you use that fear, though, right? Obviously, don't be scared of every little thing, but usually, if you write down the top 10 things or even the top 5 things you're most afraid of, it will give you a hint of what your ikigai is. Because most of us as humans, we actually try to get away from our fears. So we actually pick careers and jobs that push us away from the
Mm.
things that we're afraid of.
Man, he's speaking
Next, if you
facts,
had all the money
At first, I was little like worried because this guy was talking about ADHD, depression. I mean, yeah, obviously it exists, but there is no point in even talking about it because in this world, nobody gives a damn that that someone is depressed. It doesn't matter. Did you know that actually in the US, as of right now, more men are unemployed than women? Because even in my country, there are certain job opportunities that are just for women. I'm not kidding. It's just for women. But any job for just a man? No, I don't know about it. So it's crazy. It's like you know, in we are turning the tables, right? I mean, back 100 years ago, it could happen that women won't be hired for a job, but nowadays it's the man.
in the world,
Crazy.
right? If you had all the money in the world, if you were a freaking, forget billionaire, if you were a trillionaire, you were just waking up to cash every day, what job would you do? I'm gonna put that at this is it. This is one of the biggest things you could use to narrow down your passions. Because if you broke, it's gonna make
Fair,
it very hard for
fair.
you to know your ikigai because you're gonna just pick things based on what makes you money. But then when you ask yourself, what would I do if I was a billionaire, trillionaire, whatever? Now, now we're talking, right? So I'm gonna put that. This is it, right?
All
That's
right.
definitely a
Fair.
very, very important question to ask yourself. What would you do if you had all the money in the world and it would never run out, right? Next, we have hatred. Believe it or not, now we're talking, right? A lot of people were taught as men to repress our hatred and our hate, and all. It's all BS. It's all BS. You need those negative emotions as a man. You need it to drive you. So think of things that you hate instead of saying, "Let me look at what I love to help me," as a way to find my ikigai. No, think of the things that you hate.
Hmm.
That's gonna give you. For example, me, I hate lies. I hate scammers. I hate weakness. I hate unnecessary suffering. I hate depression. I hate all those things. So
Fair.
it's not shocking that I ended up, picking a field where I'm helping people combat those things, right? So think of what you hate, and that's
Mm.
gonna narrow down your choices.
Okay.
Next, if you had all the cheeks in the world, if you had all the sex in the world, all the women in the world, all the
Cheeks.
baddest bitches in the world, what would you do, right? This is it. Very, very important because once again, a lot of times we don't even know what we want to do because we don't have that personal clarity, right? We're picking things based on what do women want, what's gonna give me lay, what's gonna give me status, whatever. No, pick things, pretend that you already have those things, then ask yourself what would you do, right? That's gonna narrow down things. Next we have the fuck is this one?
Pretty smart.
I hate when this happens. When I literally just put a picture and I forget. Oh, I think this one is hobbies and interests. Yeah. So using your hobbies and interests to help figure out what your ikigai should be. I'm going to put that one at 80 pence, right? Because we could have a lot of hobbies and interests that don't translate to our ikigai. For example, I like clapping cheeks, right? I'm not going to use that to narrow down my ikigai, right? I
He
might like
likes
hanging out with my
clapping.
friends and bowling. Doesn't mean I want to fucking be a professional do bowling for a living. So hobbies and interests, to me, it really depends, right? For some people, it might help narrow down what they want to do. Whereas from others who have a lot of hobbies and interests, it doesn't really tell you much. Next, picking, based on picking a job based on like location or whatever. Obviously, you know, this ain't it, bro. Right? This should not be a factor, especially nowadays.
Mm, now I feel like he should clarify what he means by location. Like, I guess he's talking about traditional job that you have to attend, like a workplace. So you have to travel. So basically, he's saying that you should ignore, like, how far you have to travel for the job. I'm not sure what. This is the first one that little confused me because honestly, guys, I got a job right now, alright, at the restaurant, and basically, uh, I would, I have to, I have to go buy a car over 30 minutes, 30 minutes, maybe even an hour, just to get to the job and then to get out, back home. That's usually 30 minutes because there is not that many cars anymore. But yeah, 30 to 60 and then 30. I mean, that's a lot of time. So I'm not sure what he means by that. Maybe he will explain, but I feel like you should actually I feel like you should pick a job by the location. I mean, if something is not available in the area you live in, you should eventually, stack up some money and move closer, so you don't have to travel that far, right? Let's just hear him.
Where everything is online. Location should not be
Ah,
something that you use
everything.
to narrow down what you want to do.
All right, so basically he said everything is online. Okay, I get it. But some people still get the traditional jobs, not online, offline. And that's actually me, so, you know.
Next, what is something that you would be willing to do a PhD in for free? I repeat, what is something that you would be willing, what is a job or a topic that you'll be willing to research all the way until you get a PhD? So that means you gotta get your associates, your masters, obviously your bachelor's, your master's, and your PhD in for free. No money. You're not getting paid for it. If you could find a topic that you're interested in so much that you're willing to get a PhD in for free, now we are talking. This is it, right? This is above this. This is it, right? That will
Oh, yeah.
narrow down the list. You know, for me, CZ, ever since I was young, I've been obsessed with two things: Two things:
Yes.
fighting, right? I'm
Uh-huh.
a massive fight nerd. I mean, my subscribers know. Think about it: Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, anime, fucking wrestling when I was younger, Olympic
I
wrestling,
get it.
weightlifting, fucking boxing, Muay Thai, anything that has to do with niggas banging. No Diddy. I'm in love, right? I mean, that's what drew me to
No,
testosterone and
did.
muscle mass, right? I grew up watching Broly fucking mopping the floor with the Z fighters. So I've always been obsessed with fighting. That's number one, right? And obviously everything that comes with fighting. So mental toughness, physical strength, courage, bravery, heroism, all those things. And the second thing is I've always been obsessed with helping people, right? And like I said, it's not because I'm
Nice.
good or any of that bullshit. It's mainly because I see myself in people who are suffering because obviously I had a fucking shitty childhood. So I
Oh,
combine those two
that's,
things, to help me.
I can relate a little bit. It's not like, I mean, my childhood was all right, I would say, but you know, I don't know how you call it, but basically at age, like 16 or something like that, things just started to get worse and worse somewhere around there. So as a child, it was all right. I mean, couple couple weird things maybe, but
Find my Ikigai when I was younger, So think of something that you're willing to research for. So I could research fighting forever, guys. I could research fighting forever. People think I'm obsessed with testosterone. Yes, because it's the fighting hormone. The fuck? So anything that has to do with
true.
fighting, I'm all in. Right? I could research that shit forever. War, strategy, football. And I'm talking about American football, by the way. Yeah, fuck soccer. But yeah, anything that has to do with just competition. I'm obsessed with it. So, and again, I combine that with my hatred for suffering and depression and weakness and all those things, and then I put it together, and that's how I found my ikigai when I was struggling with this stuff. So think of a topic that you could research forever, right? Next, it's let's see, trauma, right? Using your trauma. Now we talking. Now we talking. Like the example I gave earlier, I use my trauma to help me find my ikigai, right? What are the things that I suffer with the most? When I was young, for those of you who don't know my story, I'm not going to repeat it over and over again, but long story short, horrible childhood. Didn't grow up with my father in a home, unfortunately. He had visitation rights, that was
Oh
it. So
man,
we'll see him maybe once a month, once
I'm
every few
sorry
months
to
sometimes.
hear that.
You guys already know the relationship with me and my mother. It was terrible. So yeah, having bullies left and right. You go home, your mom is a bully. You go outside, the bullies are attacking you. So I grew up just terrible, terrible, terrible childhood. It was so bad. My best friend was my
Honestly, I'm pretty happy for the guy because I don't know his life story, but from what he's, telling us, I would honestly expect him to of himself, honestly.
bully, my sister.
So,
You know, I was isolated from my friends. If for me to have a good day, my mom had to be in a good mood. If she was in a bad mood, then holy shit, it was the
oh, she
worst day of
was
my
like a
life. She
cracker,
would take it
right?
out on me. So it was terrible, terrible. So that
I can
trauma, made
relate.
me what I am today. That's why when I see a guy who's suffering, oh my goodness, I relate. That's why I tell people I'm not a good person. People say, "Oh, Mika, you're such a good person." I'm like, "Fuck you." If I didn't have the childhood that I had, I wouldn't give a fuck about you. The reason why I care about men is because I know they're suffering. I've been there. That's the only reason. If I had a
Hmm.
great childhood, I would flip the middle finger to all you motherfuckers, right?
Hmm.
So that's why I keep saying, don't blindly follow people. We all
Yeah,
selfish. We all do things
sadly,
because of
I
how it
can
makes us feel.
relate a
I
lot.
help you motherfuckers because it makes me feel good because I see myself in you, right?
Hmm.
So long story short, man, I'm too honest. It's not good. But long story short, use your traumas as a guide to help you find your ikigai. Next, we have school subjects. Your favorite school subjects. So when you were in class,
I
what are the
heard
school
Scoop.
subjects that you were, interested in, right? Again, now we're talking, right? That's gonna help you narrow things down. The other one is the school subject that you were actually good at. So that's different because you could be good at fucking. I mean, you could enjoy physics, but if you sucked at it, then useless, right? So I'm gonna put that at this is it, right? Look at the school subjects that when you were in school, middle school, high school, college, look at the subjects that you excelled at. Because at the end of the day, to find your ikigai, you also got to be good at that thing, right? You can't just say, "Oh, well, I love basketball. I want to be a basketball player," but you suck ass, right? So
Hmm.
you got to combine interest and talent. And next, your IQ. Yes, I gotta put this in how we talking. right? You got to pick a career that lines up with your IQ. If you have low IQ, sorry, don't try to be an astrophysicist. If you have high IQ, then again, that's going to give you an advantage in certain fields. So definitely use your IQ as a way to narrow down your choices. Picking a job based on, or a career based on what's trending, right? Come on, this ain't it. This ain't it, right? What's trending is always going to change, and
True.
plus, you're not going to be true to yourself.
True.
Next,
True.
picking a
Facts.
job or career or ikigai based on problems you yourself solved. This is it, right? Think of the problems that you yourself solved. This way, you're not going to be a freaking fraud. You'll be able to actually help people because you've been there and you found a solution. Next, we have picking a job or career based on topics or things that actually threaten your status. I'm going to put that at it depends, right? Because it's not always about that, even though that plays a big role. But so yeah, it depends. In fact, no, I'm going to put that one at now we talking, because that's usually a sign based on how the amygdala works, or how testosterone works. If your status feels threatened in a certain field, then chances are you might want to take a look. So I'm going to put that one higher. Next, we have picking a career or job based on picking an ikigai based on compliments. I think this one's compliments. Yeah, this one's compliments. So based on what you got the most compliments in. So try to ask yourself, what are some things that you got the most compliments in growing up? That's going to narrow things down. I'm going to put that at now we talking, right? It's going to narrow things down. Ever since you were little, people give you compliments on your intelligence. Well, that tells you that you might have an advantage there. Meanwhile, people give you a lot of compliments on your athletic ability. Boom, or on your perception or whatever, right? Try to think of what you got the most compliments in. That's going to help narrow things down for you. Next, we have picking a job or career based on unsolved problems in the world. I'm going to put that one at not really helpful, because there's a lot of unsolved problems. For example, like me, I don't give a fuck about climate change. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I
don't
agree.
care. Obviously, it's important, but I don't care as much.
It's sad,
I
but
don't use that
yeah.
as a. I don't use just generic word problems to narrow down my ikigai. It has to be something that I could relate to, something that's personal to me. So whenever you're asking yourself questions to find your ikigai, don't just randomly look at word problems. Pick things that resonate with you, right? Some people care about poverty.
Imagine someone really doing that.
So next we have picking an ikigai based on. Imagine you had a job that if you did that job, it would actually cut your life short, right? So that's the question I used to ask myself a lot. I was like, what would I actually do if each hour that I spent doing it took a year or 2 years of my life? That's a very deep question. I'm gonna put that one at this is it. Because if you're willing to do something knowing that it's gonna cut your life short, chances are you're very obsessed with that thing and you might have a lot of motivation to pursue it. Which brings me to the next one.
That's a good one, I guess.
Taking a job.
I never heard,
forget cutting your life short. If you could literally die while doing it. So that's different than this one, right? This is it, right? Because obviously we're afraid of dying, right? So if you're willing to do something, even though you could die at any moment while doing it, big sign that you may have found your ikigai, right? Next, we have your zodiac sign. Man, get the fuck out of here, you guys. Are you kidding? People still believe in this shit. That make my job so hard. People still believe in zodiac signs.
It's crazy, right?
Sign, to try to pick your ikigai.
Actually, I'm not sure. He's saying like you guys still believe in it, but I feel like actually it got even more popular. It's getting more and more popular. I feel like 10 years ago I didn't know that many people on the internet that use zodiacs, but now there are. They are spreading basically.
I mentioned IQ.
I feel like
right? I mentioned IQ, right? In case you're wondering, well, how do I know what my IQ is? If you still believe in this shit, yeah, you should know where you fall on the fucking bell curve. Next, we have the Big Five, right? So any personality test, not really the Big Five. So it could be the Ocean test, right? The Big Five. Obviously, the more you take, the better. And
I don't know
the tests. They all have their strengths and weaknesses, right? No personality test is perfect. But I'm going to put that, now we're talking, right? It's going to help narrow things down, right? First, start with the Big Five, right? Do the Ocean test. You could also do MBTI, but start with the Ocean test. There's a bunch of
I don't know it, so I can't really speak on it.
The Ocean test is the one, the Big Five is the one that has the most research behind it. It's not perfect, but it has the most research behind it. So definitely do some personality tests, get to know yourself. That's gonna help narrow things down. Next, we have which fictional characters you gravitate towards, right? So whether it's movies, anime, manga, fucking, I don't care what it is, right? Video games, what fictional characters you gravitate to? My OG subs know for me it's easy, but that's gonna help narrow
The
things down a
Naruto,
lot,
he means.
right? Because it's gonna show
Oh,
you
it's
what you
even on
aspire
a
to be, or
pick,
what
right?
motivates you, or what your core values are, right? For example, me, I was obsessed with Vegeta when I was a kid. Why? Because I loved, well, for one, the
Vegito.
fighting part, right? But two, the work ethic, right?
Hmm.
The fucking work ethic. You guys know I do not play. I'm team no excuses. I do not play when it comes to work ethic. So I always gravitate towards the hardest workers in any movie, show, games I'm playing.
Nice.
That's why I love characters like Kratos, Vegeta, all of my fictional heroes, even my real life heroes from ancient history, it was always high work ethic workers and high achievers. So definitely think of what fictional characters you gravitate to. That's going to tell you a lot about yourself. Next, we have,
I
let's
can't
see,
really
we
think
have
of any,
obsession.
but
What are you obsessed with? Not what are you passionate about, but what are you
at the
obsessed
pick
with?
of
That is
the
completely
cracker.
different thing.
It's funny.
Passion comes and goes. Obsession is
I mean,
consistent.
not
The
cracker,
best example I gave is that,
crackhead, right? Crack.
passion is what wakes you
Yeah.
up in the morning, right? But obsession is what keeps you up at night, right? What are you obsessed with, right? And I'm gonna put that one at let's fucking go. If you could find your obsession, you've done 90% of your ikigai already. You're 90% there. And that's a mistake everyone makes. They pick
Really?
careers and jobs and dreams or whatever based on their passions instead of their obsession, right? These are two different things,
Hmm.
right? Passion is usually the things that you do. Obsession is usually what you do it for. You gotta find your obsession, guys. That will change the game,
It's so hard to
right?
tell the difference,
Next, we have
even though he
what will you
tried to
pay
explain it
money
right
to
now.
do? I'm gonna put that at the very top of this is it, right?
Really?
Don't just think of what's gonna pay you the most money. Think of what will you pay money to do. And you guys could tell I'm a
Oh, oh, sorry, I thought it was,
great
yeah,
example of that
opposite.
because I
Yeah.
literally lose money making these fuck ass videos and helping young men. Why? Because again, it's part of my ikigai, right? And I explained the stories well earlier. So,
Fair, fair.
what will you pay money to do, right? Because if I just wanted to make money, I just keep trading my freaking stocks, right? I'm wasting my time making these fuck ass
Trading
videos that
sucks.
pay me less than my fucking fees, than my trading fees, right? But why do I do it?
Oh,
Because I love it,
trading.
right? So think of what you would pay money
Oh,
to do,
stocks, not
right? I
socks.
pay
Oh my
money
god, I'm so
to make these
stupid.
videos, right? I lose
I
money
heard
making this shit,
socks.
right? That's why I'm always like, hey, support the channel because I'm fucking bleeding cash, giving everything out for free. So fine, but then again, it works out, right? I've been doing this for so many years, and I don't care. I do it with the low ass quality, you know, because I truly enjoy helping people. So you gotta find the things that you
I
love
mean,
doing, the things that you're willing.
obviously there are no cuts. It's not like the highest quality, but it doesn't take him a while to come up with answers, comments. So I mean, it's all right. You know,
to even pay for.
it's fine.
Next, we
It
have,
has a lot of value
and that's also gonna
in
make
what
sure that
he's
you stay true
saying,
to yourself and you stay genuine, right? That's why I
so
never
it's
sold
fine.
out, right? Like all these scammers out there. All right, so next we have if somebody wakes you up. Yeah, I like this one. Right, I'm gonna put this one at now we talking. Meaning, what job would you? Let's pretend that you deep into sleep. You deep in sleep. You having the best dream ever, and you gotta quickly wake up and start working on something. What would it be? Right? That's gonna help narrow things down. Right? Because a lot of times people think, oh, I want to be a doctor. Would you wake up at fucking 2:30 a.m. in the morning when you're exhausted to go be a doctor? No, then okay, then maybe it's not your fucking ikigai. You know. So that's a really good question to ask yourself. Next, we have legacy. Legacy, right? What do you want to leave behind, right? I'm gonna put that one at 80 pence, right? Because everybody cares about legacy, right? So I don't think it's a good thing to, for me that was good, right? Because I definitely wanted to leave a legacy of
Mm,
strength, of honor, of bravery, right, in men.
yeah,
Because I
yeah.
hate weakness, like I said. I hate cowards. I hate people that give up. I hate people that make excuses. I hate unnecessary suffering. So leaving a good legacy behind definitely motivated me, but it's not gonna motivate everybody. So I want to put that one at 80 pence. Next, we have passion. Passion. Again, I'm gonna put
I
passion
mean,
at not really helpful, but
when you pass away, I can imagine that most of you want to leave something behind, right? I mean, I'm not sure because most people sadly actually don't really think that way. The only thing they usually leave behind are the kids and maybe like a house at most. But I personally, I would like to leave something even more behind. Let me know how is your situation down in the comments.
Believe it or not, passion is not good enough, right? A lot of times I use the word passion, but what I really mean is obsession, right? Passion comes and
I know that some people, when they die, they want to be forgotten. You know, once I don't know, maybe his opinion changed, but once my dad told me that once he passes away, he basically wants to be forgotten. He he doesn't want to have a grave, and his ashes should be how do you call it, like in the ocean, thrown away in the ocean. That's what he said. I mean, I feel like he changed his opinion, but we'll have to see. These people exist and it's fine. It's their thing. I mean, obviously, if you don't leave something behind, then it's like better for the planet. So if you're like a eco guy, I mean, what do you want to leave behind? Well, you should leave nothing behind since you are eco, right? By the way, passion
goes,
and
man. There are
obsession,
things I
I
was
don't know.
passionate about when I was younger, and now you can't fucking catch me doing it, for even 5 minutes. Passion comes and goes. So no, so it's not really helpful. Next, we have what pays the most money. Nah, bruh, it's not really helpful. Do not pick your
Mm,
ikigai based on what pays the most money, right? Because
that's
again,
what
you're
I
gonna be
was
screwing
saying
yourself. You're gonna be a sellout,
in this
and what's
one.
gonna happen when whatever that thing is, doesn't pay as much money? Are you gonna keep on doing it, right? So no. Next, you have your biggest wins, right? When you think of your biggest wins in life, now we talking, right? If you think of your biggest wins in life, what are the things that you dominated at? What are the things that you were really, really good at? That's gonna help narrow things down a lot to help you figure out what your kigai should be. You know. Next, we have movies, right? What movies you gravitate to? What movies do you love? Once again, you guys know for me, it's anything that has to do with fighting, 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 fighting. Just niggas fighting back and forth. So think of the movies you gravitate towards, right?
Mm.
I'm gonna put that now. We talking. That's gonna help
Well,
narrow
I
things
don't
down,
really watch
right? If you look
movies,
at
so
most
it's
people
hard.
that obsessed with something, right? That find an ikigai. If you look at their movies, their and I put movies. It could be TV shows. It could be anime, whatever.
Mm.
But yeah, when you look at those people's, when you look at the content they consume, more often than not, it has synergy with the ikigai, right?
Mm.
And a good thing about it is it makes entertainment productive. You know, a lot of you guys are watching stuff that has nothing to do with your ikigai. So it's like, what are you doing? Whereas for me, it's two birds with one stone. Anything I freaking watch is something that's gonna help me eventually. You know, because everything I do is linked to my ikigai. Next, using basic analysis tools like business strategy tools, SWOT analysis, video analysis, Pastel, Porter, Big Five, whatever. Yeah, very good. Right now, we're talking. That's definitely going to help you narrow things down because it's going to help you analyze yourself, find your strengths, your weaknesses, threats, opportunities, blah, blah, blah. Right? I love SWOT analysis. Next, you have the fuck is this one? Oh, what people struggle with, right? What does the world struggle with? This is it, right? Because at the end of the day, doesn't matter what your dream, mission, job is. If it doesn't help people, you, you're wasting your time, right? Because you're gonna have to work another job, on top of that thing, right? So, but the goal is to try to find synergy, right, between what you love and what people need. So, definitely put this up there. Ask yourself, what are some pains the world has that you're willing to solve? You know, next, we have picking things based on what's gonna make you popular. Come on, bro. This ain't it, right? Do not pick your ikigai based on wait, what's gonna make me popular or famous? Nope.
I mean, I mean, I'm not sure about this one again. I mean, maybe it's because, like, I don't know. I want to feel just a little popular, at least a little popular, because as the guy there said, I mean, you know, my situation wasn't as bad as him, but honestly, I felt a little lonely. Not gonna lie, as a kid, I felt a little lonely. But it's fine. But I just tend to gravitate towards things that, make people like recognize me, remember me. For example, this reaction channel, people watch me just react to videos, watch them. Then I also stream, I publish, I guess, funny YouTube shorts. Could be, the YouTube shorts are actually, could be like a little shocking, so people, so people remember me better. So I don't know. I guess I tend to gravitate towards these things, but personally, I would put this a little higher. Maybe it depends. Honestly, it depends, I guess.
It's gonna make you sell out. Next, you have wait, I thought I did this one already. Okay, no, I didn't. So motivation theories, right? So Maslow hierarchy of needs, McAllen, all the different motivational theories.
I don't know.
Do a test to
No,
find out what
I don't know
motivates you,
this.
right? I'm gonna put that at this is it because motivation is everything, right? If you're motivated to do something, you're not gonna need you're not
Well, now I have to disagree a little bit again because motivation is, it's good from time to time. But the thing about motivation is that it will just go away. It's same with depression. Sometimes you feel sad, it will go away, eventually. And yeah, that's the same deal with motivation. I mean, honestly, you should rather work on your discipline rather than on
gonna have
motivation.
those dips in performance, right? When you're doing something and then you quit. The fuck? Oh, okay. All right. So definitely do those tests that help you figure out what drives you. Next, we have picking based on tradition. That
Hmm.
includes religion as well. Uh, Come on. What the fuck? All right. Do not pick your career or your ikigai, or your mission based on fucking
I
tradition.
guess
You know.
I guess
Next, we
guess it's
have
fair,
genetics.
but I don't know. I don't know
Picking your ikigai
religion.
based on your genetic strengths and weaknesses. This is it. This is very important. Right? Success is not just about doing things, it's about doing things better than most people.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
if you go into a field where your genetics are trash or you don't have the genetic talent for it, you're gonna waste your freaking time.
yeah.
You're not gonna see me try to compete at the IFBB. You're not gonna see me try to do, again, theoretical physics or some shit, right? No, I don't have the genetics for it. You can work as hard as you want, but a person that has the genetics, the elite genetics in the field, for every hour of work, they will destroy 10 years of your work. Trust me, there are people like that out there. Um, I'm looking at you, Magnus Carlsen. All right, next we have picking
Who
jobs
is
based on
Magnus?
employee benefits and all that stuff. Nah,
Oh hell
represent
no.
it. Come on, all right. Do not pick a dream career based on the benefits. Next,
People
if you are
really
locked in
love
a
benefits
library,
that
I use that
much.
one a lot. If you are locked in a library for the rest of your life, which section of the library would you pick? Right. So you're locked in a library for the rest of your life. You can only pick one section.
Oh,
You know, what section would you pick? This is
I
it,
don't know.
right? Because that will once again let you know
Or I mean,
what
I
you
guess
are
I got an
obsessed
idea.
with, right?
Hmm.
Because you're gonna be stuck in a library for the rest
Man,
of your life. So
these
let's pretend it's
questions
like
are
again
just,
hypothetical
I
scenario.
don't know
Let's pretend it's like 80
how would
years,
you call this? I call them questions, each like picture is a question, right? These are, some of them are hard hitting, I never thought about this.
right? So that means you're gonna get bored very fast. So the section you pick has to be a section that you will never get tired of reading the books about it, right? So for me, again, you guys already know fighting, war, ancient history, all that nerdy stuff, right? So that's easy for me. Next, you have picking a career or job based on your own personal pain, very similar to the trauma that I mentioned earlier, right? Now we talking. This is very important, right? Because you're gonna be able to relate to your audience. You're gonna be able to relate to the people you're helping. The reason I'm so good at helping men is because I relate to these motherfuckers, right? So use your pain
Mm,
to help narrow down your choices. Um,
mm.
Next, we have picking a career or job that you can actually provide value in better than the competition or better than the evil fucks who are, getting in the way of whatever your mission or whatever it is. I'm gonna put that at the very fucking top. That is so important because at the end of the day, no matter what field you pick, if you cannot provide value better than some, no one's gonna even wasted time, right? That's like me saying I want to open a freaking pizza chain. What? I don't know anything about pizza apart from obviously eating it. I don't know anything about pizza or how to make pizza or the science behind it, the history, nor do I care, right? So you want to go into fields where you can actually have a competitive advantage, where you could provide value, right? Think of blue ocean strategies, right? So that one is extremely important. Too many of you guys are picking. I got people saying, I want to be a football player. I want to be a soccer player. I want to be a basketball player. And I'm like, bruh, like you don't even have like a competitive advantage, you know? So use that as one of the most important things because at the end of the day, value is not what you do. Value is not what you could provide. Value is how easy it is to replace you. If you easy to replace, you're not gonna have any value, right? So you definitely got to be competitive when you pick. You definitely want to pick a field in which you're gonna be competitive. Next, we have picking a career or job based on travel opportunities. Things. You know how they tell you, oh yeah, pick something that's gonna help you travel, whatever. As much as I love traveling, nah, listen, do not use that to narrow.
Honestly, let me know what you think. I actually got a, interesting like job opportunity business idea that would allow me to travel a lot. The people travel a lot. But honestly, I'm not that into traveling. I mean, I don't mind, from time to time to go somewhere, but traveling usually costs money, and yeah, it's just a lot of time to travel. I mean, I guess he's pointing, he's saying that the job or opportunity would let you, travel for free or for very cheap, but still, I'm not really into
Damn,
that.
Yuki guy. If anything, it should be a byproduct, right? It should be a bonus. Next, what is something that you were willing to do 8 hours straight for free? Very similar to the PhD one example, right? What is a job or problem that you're willing to solve for 8 hours straight for free without getting paid every single day? Because to outcompete or to provide value, you're gonna be working endless hours in whatever field that you pick, right?
True,
If you obviously want to be good at it.
true, true,
So,
true.
what is something that you could do for hours back to back without getting paid? I'm gonna put that at. This is it. Very, very, very important.
Yes, yes,
Next, we
yes.
have counselors at school, right? Advisors,
What?
whatever. Not really helpful. A lot of these people fucking suck. Oh, I
I
had
don't
so
know
much
what.
terrible advice. I remember one time when I was, because I started.
Oh, it's like a person that's trying to guide you, like give you directions. Like same with the parents, I guess. Similar. You just ask them what to do and they tell you something. Well, I think I know what this is about, but yeah, I don't. I guess it's more like a US thing.
College very young, so I was like 16, and I went to the advisor and I asked her, I was like, hey, what should I do? Because I was so confused, guys. I didn't know what the fuck I wanted to do, And I was like, what should I do? And she goes, what do you like? I was like, oh, I like video games, right? Because I like again
Mm,
fighting, like testosterone and Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, God of War. I was obsessed with God of War at the time, um, and and I told her, yeah, I like video games. You know what she said? That bitch was like, oh yeah, do computer science, done. I was like, what the fuck? All right. And that's why I
okay,
eventually dropped out because I was like, man, I don't like this shit. I don't want to make games. I want to play games. The fuck? So a lot of advisors don't give a fuck
understandable.
about you. They give you terrible advice. Pretty sure there's some good ones out there. I'm not going to use my n equals one small sample size to shit on all of them. Pretty sure there's some good ones out there, but be very careful, right? So most advisors are not really helpful. Next you have the fuck is this one? I think this one is learning styles, yeah.
I mean,
So using your learning
not gonna
styles to narrow
lie,
down.
he gets so many pictures. I would be lost too. Honestly, I'm a little surprised that he can talk, so fast, and he remembers what the pictures are. That's really good.
Your icky guy. It depends, right? Like me, my learning style is visual by far. Very, very, very visual. So, you know, that actually helped me narrow things down. Whereas somebody else that is completely useless. I'm going to put that one at it depends. Next, we have peer pressure, right? Using peer pressure to narrow down what your mission should be or trying to do what your friends are doing, whatever. Come on, bro. What the fuck? Right? What the fuck?
Mm,
Next, we
fair.
have video games. right? Think of what video games you obsessed with playing. What are games that you
Mm,
played your whole life? Obviously, for me, again, it's simple. It was always fighting games, right? Always fighting games. But yeah, so
mm,
what are things that you obsess with playing? What are some games that you spent
mm.
years of your life playing, if not multiple hours, where you entered a state of
You
flow?
know, I know it's a little weird for a guy, but I actually kind of like. Recently, I started liking The Sims 4. Like, I don't know, I just love the idea behind improving, you know. It's in the Sims game you just see the improvement so much faster. So that's what's like good about it, I guess. I don't think I'm controlling or I like to control people, right? The characters. But I think it's more about the improving. And also, I don't know, Minecraft. I like to build things, you know. And I was pretty into, Team Fortress, Counter-Strike, Global Offensive, or even Fortnite. So these are shooters, but I, apart from Team Fortress, I can't really play the other two because my computer can't run it. But I don't know what that tells you about me, like playing shooter games. I don't know. Maybe I like to shoot, but I don't have a gun though.
Right? That one is, I'm gonna put that one at this is it. Extremely, extremely important. Right? That's really gonna help narrow things down. Uh, let's see. Next, we have if you were the sole survivor. Ask yourself, if you were the only survivor on the planet, everyone else dies, you're the only survivor on planet Earth, what would you do? Right? What would you do? Think about it. If you're the only person alive, so now that
Die.
removes a lot of influences that other people have on your decision making process, right? Imagine you were the only survivor on the planet. No one is coming to save you. No aliens are coming. You're just gonna die
Hmm.
alone on the planet. What would you spend the rest of your life doing? Right? I'm gonna put that one at this is it. That's very important. That's really gonna help you narrow things down. Right? And last but
This
not
video
least
is
is
so deep, man.
think
I
of
wasn't
what
expecting
makes
it.
you, what pain, right, that others have, not you, what pain that others have that makes you wants to fucking cry. I'm gonna say this again. Think of a pain that other people
What?
have that makes you want to cry, really freaking hurts you deep to your core. I'm gonna put that. Let's fucking go. If you could
Hmm.
think, if you could figure this out, and obviously combine it with the other
Well,
ones,
that's a
that's
trick.
gonna
I
help you narrow
don't
down
really
Ikigai.
know,
Right? For me, you guys already know. Once again, I hate seeing men suffering.
Maybe I should, if I took more time, but as of right now, I don't really know.
I
Hmm.
fucking hate it when men are depressed, when men are being bullied, or again, all the
But
stuff that I
yeah,
went
I
through when I was a kid, right? Whenever I
honestly,
see that, it
I can
really,
relate to this guy, I
hurts. And
also
a
don't
lot of the
like
people I work with would tell you
men
that. Sometimes I
suffering.
would book consultations and it's supposed to be 15 minutes, and I help the motherfuckers for like 2 hours, right, for free, because I really resonate with their pain. So use that to help narrow down your choices, right? What are some things that, you know, deep down inside, you really, really feel it when somebody else is going through it, right? So, and I'm gonna add two more things up here. So let's see. We have your obsession. We have what value you could create. Blue ocean style. We have pain. I'm gonna move two more things up there. Let's see. I'm gonna put this one up there. Wait, what was that one? Was that one? Yeah, that one was the world pain. Yeah, problems that the world is going through. I'm gonna put that one up there,
Wait.
and I'm
I
gonna
think I missed that one. The pain Word is going through, but meanwhile, he put this one not really. What's the difference between this one and this one? Hmm. No, I don't, I don't get. Yeah,
put one
don't know.
more. Where is it? Where is it? Genetics. There you go. Genetic talent. There you go. There you go. Remember I told you
Fair,
guys earlier
fair.
that I have my own version of the Ikigai, right? And it's this one. Right? I call it the Team 3D Alpha Ikigai. What a genius name, right? Right. That was a joke, by the way, guys. So Ikigai 2.0. What are you obsessed with? What problem are you obsessed with solving? What problem can you solve better than the competition, or better than the people that are in the way of your mission, or whatever? What is the problem that that you actually have experience with. This way you can connect, right, with the audience. You can connect with the people that are going through it. You have personal pain, personal experience with it. You know, so that one is here. It's very similar to, where was it? It's very similar to, I think I mentioned earlier. What the fuck was it? I think it was this one. Yeah, it was this one. Personal pain, right? So it's, same one. And then this one is the world pain, right? What problem the world is going through
Hmm.
that you can actually, solve. And then last but not least, genetics, right?
Yeah, I
Genetic
still
talent.
don't get
That's it. If you could
get the
find the top
helping
five, you
the
already found
word.
your Ikigai. If not, then use these down here to help narrow things down. All right, guys. Hope this video helps, and hopefully your life changes as a result. Join the school community, support the channel, buy the ebooks, blah blah blah. I'm out.
Hmm. All right, all right, all right. Well, that was hmm, interesting video. Bird said hobbies and first examples clipping cheeks. Chinks. Oh, timestamps, nice. Wow. Hmm. Very lucky you said no, did he? Or 5:30 right down. What is it
Same
about?
qualifications. You might not have the same genetic strengths. You might not have the same.
Okay, I get it. Yeah, man. I mean, I spoke a lot. I can see that the video is over 50 and he's not even 40. Hey, so I have to cut it short. Thank you for watching. Interesting video. And yeah, the guy, I mean, nice video. I pretty much agree with pretty much everything except for the couple ones. And I don't get the word on top and word on almost the bottom. I don't get it. Maybe he could explain. Anyways, original in the description. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.